closing. I'm not at the top. Perspective-wise and life performance-wise, I'm not at my best. I'm not at my worst. My worst is behind me. So that's a blessing. Like y'all, I'm fighting forces. I'm fighting pressures. I'm fighting the light and the dark. I'm experiencing light and dark at the same time. Sometimes it's confusing. I don't know what to do with it. I put it into this album. PXL is about me trying to reconcile the light and dark, the identity fragmentation that comes with ending a relationship that has been such a key part of your identity for the past 7 years and that everybody knows you to be attached to, and then finally uncoupling from that, uncoupling from who you were with that person and rediscovering yourself and loving your strengths and finding a way to work with those strengths in your new life. That's what PXL is about. I want to say PXL is on the way. PXL is on the way. It's going to sound like boundaries. It's going to sound like trauma and healing. It's going to sound like self-loss, ego death, and finding one's self-worth all in one. It's both at the same time. A lot of these songs have, melancholic and euphoric elements all in the same song, Some of these songs all the songs are atmosphere. All these songs are introspective, are meant to get you to reflect, get you to be retrospective, get you to look at your past, your present, and question how you feel about it. They're made to, this album is made to get you in touch with those emotions that you can't quite put your finger on and that you need to spend more time with, but that you're too either insecure or uncomfortable to do so. This album is going to guide you through that. A lot of the content that I'm going to be sharing related to the album as we get closer to it and as it is released and before it's released is going to be helping you get in touch with those emotions that you just can't quite put your finger on and that you don't like to confront. This album is going to create a safe space for you to confront those uncomfortable emotions and help you find that self-growth that I'm trying to help you reach, that I'm trying to reach, that we're all trying to reach, right? I want to thank you to my parents as well. I want to thank you to my listeners. I want to thank you to the curators so far who have believed in Really and all my music thus far. I want to thank the influencers who have supported my music thus far. I want to thank the fans and the listeners who have included all my music in their visuals. Make sure that you include my music and tag my music in your social media videos, in your YouTube videos. You usually are able to add my music, in the part of the post creation where you're able to do that. So make sure you do that and make sure you tag me whenever you use my stuff in your videos. I would love to help promote. I'm very big for resharing and even adding some little marketing, to your post. And so if you want to get, some co-marketing or some co-promotion done for your posting that features my stuff, just share it with me. And that's a very easy way to get that done because I will always do that. Just thank you to everybody who has supported me in the various ways that you can do it, meaning playing, liking, sharing. Thank you to the 2 people who have purchased Really thus far. Thank you to the hundreds of people who have purchased my music thus far. We're all on this Nocturnum tribe. We're all in this Nocturnum tribe trying to take this vision that I have for what electronic music and visual art and their synchronicity can truly be. And you're all supporting that. I'm working towards that every day. I'm here. I've been through the trenches, okay? And I'm on my way up. That's what y'all need to know. And this is PXLTV5. I'm still here. I'm still becoming. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I want to say thank you to Tismo. There we go. Thank you to Tismo. Thank you to Icons, EYEKONS_OFC. And I think that's everybody. Sometimes we're quick. It's my phone, y'all. It's telling me to shut the fuck up. Sometimes we're quick and sometimes we're not. This is one of the times I wasn't quick. I wanted to just be a little bit more verbose because I know I've been a little bit more touch and go since the first few weeks after I released Really. But that's been because I've been recovering. I've been getting my mind right. Like you said, like Autismo said, it's been a lot. And there's some days where all I can do is wake up, drink my water, make my tea, take my bath. Sometimes I take a couple of naps throughout the day. Why? Because of the employment thing. I told y'all about the employment thing. Can't pass the background check. So unfortunately, we can't really be doing the jobs like that because it'll fuck up, how we appear to the employers because of how we did on the third-party background check. So what I've been doing is spending time in mindfulness. Like I said, sometimes just waking up, drinking my water, making my tea, taking my baths, taking naps when I get overwhelmed with my emotions, and just creating space for myself. That's what I've really been doing since, the DV incident, since the ending of the relationship. And I've also just been taking the time to come back to myself. establish boundaries, reestablish self-respect, get in touch with my values, validate my values and my own experiences outside of my relationship. Just slowing down to recover, slowing down to survive. Like you guys have seen, not really traveling as much as I have in the past, except for on my scooter. Not really doing too much because I'm just trying to recover and just trying to give myself the space that I need going into this new semester, this fall semester, this final year that I'm going to be spending on my education in undergrad to get my bachelor's degree in decision science as an emphasis within business administration. It's a lot. There's a lot happening. I'm working on, like I said, this album, the film, mini tour, the zine, merch, the fall semester, graduating, live streams, content. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot of shit. So just because I had to self-defend and because, of the way things were sequenced and I had to go to jail and I'm getting things dismissed and it takes time to do that. Because of that whole process, that's not keeping me down. I'm not down about that. I defended myself. I held my own and I'm proud of myself. You don't see any marks on my face. You don't see any marks. You don't see none of the punches landed, okay? None of what he tried to do to me landed because my dad taught me my dad had me in Kung Fu Sansu. No motherfucker who puts his hands to me is gonna win. That's not how I was raised, okay? Now, if you got weapons and you got a crew, that's different, okay? But if we're just talking one-on-one and we're talking, you trying to hurt me, I'm not about to let that happen. NCTRNM, I built this, it's on my back. I'm not about to let anything happen to me, whether by my hand or somebody else's hand. And this situation proves that. So if that means that my background check has to show what it has to show, and then I have to go back to court in September to get things dismissed, then that's what we have to do. And if that means I have to sit down and shut my ass up and work on my own stuff, work on this that I built myself, that nobody can tell me no because of a background check for, and that's what I have to do. And that's what I've been doing. So like I said, slowing down to survive, reestablishing these boundaries, releasing this music, working on these deliverables for this album, falling off my scooter, busting my ass. Also a thank you to a special you-know-who for selling me the scooter. I fucked up my old scooter, y'all, so I had to buy a new scooter. And somebody who means a lot to me is who sold me the scooter. So I want to thank him in this moment. I'm going to send him the live stream, this specific part, because I want him to see it and know that I really appreciate him for everything. And in closing, like I said, I'm not at the bottom. I'm not at the pits where I was. I'm not in jail, okay? I'm not with somebody who I'm not meant to be with, unfortunately. Unfortunately that we're not meant to be together. Not unfortunately that I'm not with him. But instead I'm with my family. I'm rebuilding. I feel so proud of myself. I feel so strong. I feel so ready for 26, starting in March when I get on the road and I start meeting y'all. The Pixel tour, it has a west and an eastern part, but I can't even, there's so much, y'all. That's why this is so long, because there's so much. But for now, I'm just going to end this. Thank you for joining me on PXLTV5. I want to thank again Autismo. I want to thank again Icons, EYEKONS_OFC. Both of them for subscribing, both of them for engaging with me during this live stream and asking some great questions. I'm going to get this edited. Usually it takes me up to a week. I'm going to chop it into parts. This is 40 minutes, so I'm probably going to chop it into like a good 3 or 4 parts, y'all, because I want everybody to engage with everything that I said here. So yeah, thank you for tuning into PXLTV5. I've had a great time, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Thank you, Nocturnum Tribe. Love y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. I don't know where the button is, but make sure y'all hit it. Turn on notifications. Okay, engage with the post. Download really, buy really, add it to your library, stream it, do all that shit. Anything that you can think of, even if it's just one of those things, just make sure you do it. I really appreciate it. I see it all. I love y'all. With love. Next time. Nocturnum out.